Oh, beautiful and lush. Shemai, Shemai, Pawpaw, Croissant, no. Hello, hello, peoplings. Welcome back. I am Tigress. I'm playing the first tree today. I forgot I had this in my library. What? Oh, press enter. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't see the little... Oh. Oh, mate, all I've been doing is seeing, like, Foxcore pop up on my Instagram lately, and they're just so adorable. They're so cute. But yeah, like I said, well, I forgot I had this in my library, so I was like, you know what? Today's Sunday. Why not? Cat's chilling in the basket once again. Why not? Also, I don't know what the premise of the story is. Like, for most games, I'll either go based on description, or how they look, or the trailer. For this one, I was just like, it looks like something I've played similar, so I was like, yeah, why not?
Are you awake?
Oh?
I thought I heard you get up.
I'm on shift.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know. It seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes. I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
Okay, I was not expecting that for a start. And second of all, dreams do make sense. It's just, unfortunately, we could double jump. Okay. Ooh, okay. It's just, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of us have lost the ability to read our dreams. It's like me, for example, I believe in some of this to an extent, right? So I just want to talk before, like, the narration starts up again. But, like, I've always said as a joke, I feel like I'm a lost witch, right? Because my intuition is horrifically strong, and for the most part, I say most part, almost, I say, not even almost, everything, I'd say almost, because I don't want to sound like, oh yeah, I'm always right, but my intuition is always right. It's never been wrong. And then I would have dreams where, like, they kind of didn't, okay, so for example, right, two examples. One, I had a few dreams like years ago, and they've only just come true. Like, there are certain things I've dreamt about where I'm watching TV, or like watching like some of my favorite YouTubers and stuff like that. I forget about it, then it happens, and like most people put that down to deja vu, but it's not. And then another example was that when I was working at Greggs, for those of you who don't know what Greggs is, it's a pasty shop in Britain. It's a chain. And I had a dream that me and some school friends were sat around this gothic table in a castle for some reason. One of them was crying about a wedding, and then the other one was like really distraught because he felt like he made the wrong choice, and like it hurt someone deeply. Another person, and then the other ones I was speaking to, I was talking to her. Sorry, she was talking to me, but I couldn't hear her because the last time I'd seen that girl was when I was in school, but from the friend who I bumped into when I was working, told me that she bumped into him, whatever, and they were talking. So in my head, I was like, oh, okay, that's why she's there. That's why I can't hear her. And then the other guy, then I bumped into him. We had a catch up, and then him and her started talking. I saw my friend who was crying about the wedding like 2 days later, and she even told me that she went to her cousin's wedding and they did the wedding dance from The Office, and she broke down crying because she wanted that so badly, and like she thought it was so cute and adorable and everything like that. And I was like, well, there you go. So I messaged the other guy. I was like, look, it's going to sound really weird, but I had a dream that you made the wrong choice about something and it's left you devastated. Like, I hope everything's all right. And he was like, yeah, everything's okay now. Like, something bad did happen, whatever, but it's been resolved now and it's all sorted. And I was like, okay, no problem. So dreams, some for the most part don't make sense, but they do make sense if you know how to read them. Some of them are just like fruits of fancy, whatever, right? Like, I had one when I was in school with me and my friend at the time. We were doing like this really long race with our favorite like game characters at the time. Like, mine was Shadow the Hedgehog, hers was Luigi, and our outfits like matched the character, and we were doing like this relay race or something. It was fun, but again, stuff like that makes no sense. Yeah, but dreams do make sense if you know how to read them, or you know how to interpret them, I should say. But I feel like that's a skill we have lost, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe it'll make a comeback. Like a few other things. I hope it does make a comeback. Oh, look at the little prints in the snow. This is a beautiful game, mind. I know it's... Oh, no! How do I do that?
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
Okay, so it only continues if you do what you need to do. Oh, no.
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
It's giving me vibes of Shelter mixed with...
Fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
Like us. Is that something? What's that? Rabbits! Okay. Okay, so far, this is not turning out to be what I thought it was going to be. I can't remember the name of the game, but I'll look it up and I'll put like a picture up later. But it reminds me of that mixed with Shelter. That's what it's reminding me of right now. A bird? An owl? Oh, there's loads of them. What am I meant to... I will admit, the music is beautiful, mind. Oh, what's that over there? Okay, we're going to the left in a minute first. Ah! Okay, that was exceedingly higher than I thought. See, this is why I want to get a PC built so I can make my own game. Like, I've seen so many basic games that are just so much fun and so good, and I want that so badly. I do on my current laptop, but it just does not have the space or the power. Can I climb up there? Or is this going to jump me up? Wait, what?
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours.
I was a tank.
After
Okay.
that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank and tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I've pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him.
Damn.
You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
Oh. It's a bigger version. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but how do I get up there? There's a light up there. How do I get up there? Or can I not do it just yet? Or maybe this is the path I need to go. Okay, we'll just jump up. No, don't slip and slide. Come on, you got this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there we go. A duck. Oh, I used to love ones like this. Can I not do anything with this one? No? Okay, maybe not. Right, we'll go to the one that's like straight down then. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh, there's no fall damage, okay. That would have been deeply upsetting. You know what? I would love to have a game where, like, if it's similar to Okami, not necessarily story-wise, but where you play as like an animal. I think it'd be cool to do maybe like a kitsune, like a nine-tailed fox. I think that'd be really cool. Or I don't know, maybe try one of the creatures that are like not as well beloved, like some of the underrated ones. Like a raven would be really cool or something. You know, bring some love to the underrated ones. Also, I don't know how long this game is, but I'm going to try and cut it up into bits and pieces because I'm trying not to make my videos too long. I'm trying, but like certain games just can't be helped. Like The Long Dark, so long. What is this?
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
It's not a train.
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, and a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it.
Plane?
I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
Look, I'm all for saving the environment and stuff like that, but carvers, they've such an amazing skill, and to have someone do that, is, like, if I had a husband, right, and one of his hobbies was like getting secondhand wood and just carving like little statues and stuff out of it for our kids and stuff. Oh mate, my heart would melt. It'd be so beautiful.
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Is that a boat?
Yeah, I think I only did it once.
It's a
When I
boat.
was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me. So I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I
Aww.
think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy.
What's her
When I
name?
got up, I didn't even want to tell them
Joseph.
my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friends had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
Ah, see, stuff like that, right? It pees me off. This is why I despise followers, right? And, like, it's not even that kids can be cruel. Kids are just dumb. Like, they're really stupid. And instead of... But again, he's a kid, right? Well, from what he's saying, he was a kid at the time. But even if he was a kid, right? Like, if that was your parent, if that was my parent, I wouldn't give a shit. I didn't really care back then. Like... anytime we had to do like dress up in school and stuff like that, my mum pretty much made my outfits and whatever. And I remember like we had like World Book Day, and I went as like the evil Snow Queen, the evil. I went as the Snow Queen from Narnia, like Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I had all I had was a white dress that my mum like made for me. I used one of our nettings, right? That was like see-through white with blue flowers on it. Cause I was like, that could be like my cape. That could be like snowflakes, but obviously it's like white flowers. And I wore one of her necklaces as like a pendant on my head, like a crown. And I won the dress up, and I think the day before that, or maybe, yeah, I think it was the day before that, we had another dress-up competition amongst like the different years, and my year was like hippie, so I dressed up in like one of my mum's like flower, like bright ass shirts with my shades and stuff, and I won again. So like, a lot of them got upset that I kept winning because of it, but like, it upset me. Like, I did cry because of it, because like, why were they, you know, some of their costumes were better than mine, but for some reason mine won. And you know, anytime it was anything like that, I didn't really care, because at the end of the day I made do with what I had, right? Oh, I think I went the wrong way. I made do with what I had. Ooh, wait, can I not go back? Wait. I think I got them all. Okay. But yeah, I made do with what I got, right? So, just never... I think the moral of the story is, right? Make do with what you got and don't be ashamed. Like, when I went to secondary school, like high school, we then had to, without, for some reason, right, they were like, oh, you need to wrap your books up, whether it's in like wallpaper or get it laminated and stuff like that to make it last longer, blah 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 blah. And we were like, okay, so mine were all like wrapped up in wallpaper, and I was a little embarrassed, but then at the end of the day I made do with what I had, because that's all I
My
had.
teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble.
Yep, just
It wasn't
literally.
popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom. So I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages,
Ew.
break windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
Stop it. Yep, literally funny enough how I literally talk about high school, he starts talking about high school. Even though I assume high school is different for us than it is for them. Well, it is. I'm from Britain, and I'm assuming the narrator's from like America, maybe, or Canada. Oh wait. Forgot about it. Where is it? Yeah, I think I missed one. So I went off by
Working
accident.
another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while.
Yeah, high school.
The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us in a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
Ah, mate, why would you do something so stupid? Wait, what does this do? Oh. Wait. What does this do? What does this button do? Wait, can I not? We'll find out, won't we? Oh, maybe I gotta take him back to the other butterflies I saw. I literally have no idea. I'm just going along with it as I go. Yeah. See... I'm trying to get my thoughts together. So, when it comes to being a teenager, it is one of the hardest times in your life. Like, it really is, in an unintentional way. Because, one... Oh, it just helps me jump higher. Okay, we'll use it over there then. Yeah, so like, it is one of the hardest times in your life. You're going through that phase, as most of you may know. You're going through that phase where you stop being a child and you're slowly morphing into an adult. So you're trying to find where it is exactly that you fit into it, right? Now, if you've already got like issues on the side as well, that's just going to make everything so much harder to deal with. Like, I had anger issues when I was in school, because I was bullied at home, I was bullied in school, like, it was just a horrific time. Ooh, shit. Yeah, I didn't do it properly. Okay. It was just a horrific time. It was not the best, and especially since the teachers just didn't care. Like, I was very well behaved at school, and then, like, I stopped caring. Like, I stopped going to school. I stopped trying at one point because I was sick of working so hard and they just didn't bother. Like, my school pretty much set me up for failure for a lot of things, and I'm not even saying that, oh yeah, it's their fault. Like, they genuinely did. So like, over here we have a grading system of like A to Z, I think it is, for GCSEs, and the set I got stuck in at the end, they were like, okay, so the highest you can get is a D, which is pretty much a pass. Like, they weren't really trying to get us to try, and they weren't conditioning us to get higher than a C. They were conditioning us to only get a D, because they, for some reason, that was all that we could, I don't know how you want to call it, like, all that we were worthy for, maybe, if that's the best way to put it. So they pretty much set us up for failure, and like, at that point I was just like, I can't be bothered. And even one of the boys in my class was like, well, if that's the case, what's the point? You're literally like, what's the point if that's all we're doing? And I remember the teacher was like, oh, well, you can try to get higher if you want. It's like, yeah, but you're not teaching us how to do that. You're literally only teaching us how to get passable grades. Like, what do you want from us? Do you know what I mean? Oh, it was ridiculous. And again, if you don't have the proper support system that you need, especially as a teenager, then stuff like this happens. You end up you act out, as they say. I say as they say, as you do. you act out and... Oh, I can't get up there. You act out and something bad will either happen or you just get yourself into some kind of trouble. And yeah, so I get what he's saying. The ice cream van! Allow me to close the window. Hey boy. Hey boy. No, stay where you are. Stay. Mr. Whippy man! You're disrupting my life. Mr. Whip. Mr. Whippy on this cold ass day.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I proved the ultimate point. But my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
Oh, you can get more than one. Okay, maybe I can get up there. But yeah, see, again. Well, I'm assuming this guy was a single parent as well, which just doesn't help the situation. And, you know, I was having a conversation with someone I know before, right? Woo! Yes! Got up here! In saying that, you know... he was like, oh, households work better when they have a man leading the house. And I was like, no, you're chatting shite. And he's like, yes it is proven that when a man is leading the house, everything works better. He was like, yeah, and I was like, well, not really, because I come from a household where the majority are single women. Like, damn. And it's true, like, my nan looked after her kids by herself after her spouse went off and betrayed her and all the rest of it. And she pretty much raised her kids then by herself. So yeah, it's going to be hard for any single parent, regardless of whether they're male or female. Any household will work better with two main, like, adults doing it, if you get what I mean. Like, that's just how it works. Ah, bastard. Like, realistically, that's how it works. More than one person in the household, it, you know, relieves the burden and so on and so on. So... ah, fuck. So at least this guy's dad was like, okay, yeah, maybe I need to do better. At least he was honest with himself. Which is a far cry for, like, what most parents do, if I'm honest. So, you know. Right, let's try and get it. But again, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. And, like, funny enough, when I went to my mate's 30th the other night, right? It was her friends, and like, I ended up seeing, like, another person who was, why? Why? You know what, sod it, I can't be arsed. And we were actually talking about school and stuff like that. And I told her that I wouldn't mind opening up a school and so on. Because it is just certain things we just not taught that we need to be taught at, like, that age. Like, we really do. Like, being a teenager is confusing enough as it is. Right, I think I need all of them for this one. Okay, let's go back and get them all. Yeah, being a teenager is confusing enough as it is. Like, we don't need any of the extra hullabaloo as is. So, like, you know, come on. And I was saying to her that if I did, if I did end up opening up a school, that's one of the things I'd make sure that we all like all the kids had was support more than anything. Because if you were like me, or if you were like a good portion of us, especially back in the day, where you didn't feel like you had the support of your family, or like if you had any like decent friends around you, then you kind of get lost in transition, and you end up doing one of three things really. Either you get angry and you act out, you isolate yourself, or you just remove yourself entirely. That's the sad reality of it, really. And it's not nice.
My friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was. And I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
Shit! There we go. I know I missed one, but I don't want to go back just in case I fall. And then I have to go back and collect them all over again. But yeah, like I said, if you don't have the right people around you, it's so easy to get lost in everything and not deal with anything properly.
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Ooh, I think I can answer that. Since I'm now an adult, I feel like I can understand that a lot. Like, how can I put this? By all means, the destination is impossible at the end of the day, right? Ooh, it's the menu place. The destination is important. However, the journey is just as important, because as you go through things, you need to learn about what you've done, how you've treated people, and so on and so on and so on. It's just one of those things. So I would only half agree with him there in terms of, like I said, the destination is important, but also the journey. I would actually say the journey is more important than the destination, because, you know, the destination is going to be there regardless of whatever path you walk. And whereas the journey, you have to face so many trials and tribulations and so on. Like, I'm sorry this is really deep, but I didn't expect this to be so deep. I deeply apologise, unless you're alright with it, but, well, of course you can't respond, but you know. But because, like, I'm turning 30, right, when you get to like 29, I can't speak for everyone, it's, you do tend to start thinking about things like this. And, like, a lot of people have started turning around saying to me that, oh, you've been through a lot, in all fairness, and the fact that you're still here and you are where you are, whatever. Like, I don't see it that way, right? I really don't. And I don't believe I've been through a lot. But sometimes when I look at it now, I'm like, oh my god, I actually have been through a lot. Not on the degree of like maybe someone else in like horrific manner, but yeah, I've been through a lot. So the fact that this dude is, I'm going to assume he's like in his 30s now, maybe something happened and now he's just thinking about his dad and all the regrets and so on. Like that's what I've been doing. Like my mum passed in the start of 2019 before COVID became like the big thing. And I keep thinking about her every now and then. Like, I've accepted that she's gone now. It took me 5 years to do that because I was so angry, depressed, and everything else in between. But you do tend to do that, especially when you start looking at your regrets and so on. But I will say this, right? There's a book. There's a book called The Midnight Library, right? I'll put a picture up, but I would recommend reading it, right? It is a sci-fi book, like science fiction, which didn't make any sense to me when I was reading it. It seems more fantasy than the sci-fi, but it does get into it anyway. But I digress. I would say read it because there's a section where they get onto regrets, right? There's a section where they get onto regrets. And I did an exercise in the end where I wrote out a list of all of my regrets. And I thought there would be far more on my list than what was on there. But the issue is, as the book explains, there's like, if you read it, you'll understand what I mean, but I don't want to say because it'll spoil it. But there's like a section where like the character's got a book of regrets. And some of her regrets over the years, like ones that were massive, have become smaller over time and like would repeat at like certain points. So certain points in life, that same regret will come back with a vengeance and eventually will fade again. So I wrote out all the regrets I had in order as they popped out in my head. And what my number one regret was actually quite shocking because I thought one of my other ones were, whereas that one was the number one, and it shocked me greatly. So, I would recommend doing it, most definitely. But yeah, ladies and gents, I'm gonna leave it there because I wanna try and like stretch this out because I don't know how long this game is and I don't want to play the full thing. But yeah, I'm so sorry this got really, really deep. But this is why I love games like this. These ones are so good. They're very thought provoking and so on. But yeah. But for now, I will love you and leave you, ladies and gents. I hope you're enjoying it so far, because I know I am. I'm curious about what's going to happen with this little fox, and if she finds the children. So, for now, please like and subscribe, check out some of my other stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.